Here I want to ask everyone in this room that what is your next plan in your life? If you don't have any plan, if you don't have any specific goal or desire to achieve in your life, you are not living a purposeful life yet. We all human being in this world, we have around we can say on average it's 70 to 80 years of lifetime. Many of us are in our stage when we are young. Many of us has passed that and they're right now in their mid age, and many of us are old. It doesn't make any sense now to understand or to analyze the how many years we have passed in our lifetime. It doesn't make sense right now to analyze those. But we always like to look toward the future because it is coming, it is uncertain, it is full of mysteries and all these things. And the beauty of human life and human mind is that we can always change the future of ourselves and of the other people and of the surroundings. This is the beauty of human nature and human species, that no other species in the world, they cannot change their destiny, they cannot change their future. There are certain constraints of the life of the other animals and other species in the world, but human is the only species they can change, they can create, they can transform their own lives and other people's lives. So if I ask all of you right now that how many years you have lived in your lifetime, you will say the number. But the next question would be that if you are given a chance to live those years again in your lifetime, do you think that you would live those years the same you have lived in your life? And I know that most of the people, 9 out of 10, will say, no, I want to live a better life than I lived for past few years or past years in my lifetime. So that means that you could have given your best into those years of your life, but you didn't. You could have give all the efforts you have, you could have utilized all the talents, resources, all the capabilities of yours to create a successful life. Maybe that could be 20 years for somebody, it would be 30 years for someone, it would be 50 years. But you could have given those efforts, those time, those energy, those determinations and everything to give your best effort. But you didn't do that. You haven't given that. That's why when you are facing this question that if you are given a second chance to live that life, do you think you could make it better than you have lived? And most of the people, they say that yes, I can. But the saddest truth is that you cannot get all those past years back in your life. But you have the future coming towards you. Every next minute, every next day, every next month. These are the days which are not spent yet. These are the days and time which are completely untouched by you, which is new and fresh. You haven't touched it yet. So the challenge and the question, you can say two things. And the thing I want to ask you, that you should ask yourself that, do you really want to live a life, or do you really want to give the best effort you can do or you can give to create a successful and happy life in the next few upcoming years? If you can do that, And if you can say that yes, I will, then what will happen? You will definitely take a massive action. Your habits will change automatically if you understand and realize this concept. We all are mortal beings. We all are mortal, and there is no immortality yet in the human life. We have to die. Once Steve Jobs has said that every day you try to live like this is the last day of your life, and one day you will wake up and you will open your eyes and the day will certainly true. The day will come which will be the last day in your life, but you don't know when it will come. So the best way to live a life is to truly give all the effort, all the resources we have, to utilize that and to make a better life. Another quote by Steve Jobs is that you always have to love your work. You cannot hate your work and doing that and become excellent at it. You have to love your work, because he has given an explanation, because I am quoting Steve Jobs because he's one of the most successful and inspirational entrepreneur in 21st century, and he's one of my most respected idol. And he said that because most people, that if you don't love your work, and most people don't do that, and they try to do something and they think that they can become excellent, but they don't love their work, and they think that they can become successful, but it's not possible, because to become best at something and to create a huge, tremendously valuable thing in the work, you need to persevere. You need to overcome obstacles continuously. You need to face failures. You need to face breakdown. You will make mistakes, and you have to pay the price. And if you don't love your work, most people will quit. They cannot go through it. And if you love your work, no matter what is the outcome, you will do it because you enjoy the working process. So that is the reason why, if you want to become successful, choose the field you love. And another great quote by the greatest entrepreneur in 21st century, one of the greatest, is Elon Musk. And he said that I believe that every ordinary people can choose to become extraordinary. Everyone has that capacity, talent, and all these things, the resources. So maybe sometimes in relative terms we can say, oh, this guy cannot make it in business because he has less amount of money than me, or than someone else who is more successful. But that is not the reason. Because Tony Robbins, in a seminar, he said one valuable thing, that resource is not the key to success. The key to success is resourcefulness. If you are resourceful enough, you can make and create any kind of resources. The ultimate resources of human nature is our mind, our intellect, our humankind, our love, our relationships, our passion, our energy, enthusiasm, attitude. These are the human resources. These are the ultimate resources. By utilizing or using those, we can create another kind of resources, which are material resources, which are important to create some successful business venture or anything successful. So basically, I want to ask all of the people here that you should ask yourself every single day, can I become a better person than I am? You have to believe it first, that you can always be better than you are. Even if you're best, you think you can become better. If you try, you can become better. If you don't try, you won't. You have to try every single day. I mean, Don't bother about your failure. Failure is the it's just the absolute incident in the path of success. It will come. You cannot name any successful person who hasn't faced failures in their life. It's not possible. You have to go through it. You have to go through the pain. You have to go through the efforts. You have to go through the failures. You have to go through the breakdowns. Every single thing you have to go through. Otherwise, you cannot create a valuable thing. I mean, what is success in an abstract form? It's value. If you cannot become a valuable person to the society or to the world, you cannot become successful. If you're not providing value to other people, you cannot become successful. You have to do that, and you must. If you cannot do that, your success is just it will destroy itself. And the next question is, if you choose to become extraordinary, if you choose to become unique, if you choose to become better at any field you are, maybe it is art, maybe it's science, maybe it's business, maybe it's athletics, maybe it's sports, maybe something else. But if you want to become the best, if you want to improve, if you want to create value, if you want to become a genius, and if you want to have excellence in your work, it is not a quick philosophy. It takes time. You have to devote your time. I mean, when you don't have anything in your life, you don't have money, you don't have other resources, you don't have food, you don't have shelter. If I take everything from your life, nobody can take time from your life. You have time, and time is the ultimate resource to create resourcefulness in our life. If you don't have time, you cannot create anything. You have to have time. So we all have little time in our life. Maybe I have sometimes more, someone has less than me, someone has far more than me, but we all have time. And if you utilize time very effectively, then you can create anything from it. And in my investing seminars, I always tell people that what is the greatest gift and misery also? What is the thing that you cannot buy in your life? They say anything like this and that, and then we can buy love, we cannot buy this, but nobody says that we cannot buy time. Time is the most valuable asset we have. You cannot buy time. When it's gone, it's gone. So I respect time a lot. It's a very respectful teacher in my life. I always respect time. I don't like to waste time. I always utilize it. And time is your friend. You have to use it. You have to talk with it. You have to go through it. You have to spend it very wisely. Otherwise, your life will be very short. Thank you very much.